friends, welcome to my channel, North of the Border Stitcher. My name is Sherry. I live in Raymond, Alberta. I'm from Pennsylvania, and I have not made a Flosstube for 3 months. I made one in June, the middle of June, and I thought I did one in July, but obviously I didn't, and I've got so much stuff to show you and talk to you about that it's all here on my dining room table in front of me. So let's get started. All right. So last time I talked to you, it was June 14th, and I was getting ready to go to my very first quilt retreat. And I did that. And I want to show you a couple things that I finished at my quilt retreat. I worked on this. I think I started this back in 1990 something. Anyway, so this is just going to be a table runner. And I finished that. And this is the fabric that I'm going to put on the back of it. So I did that. I don't have anywhere to put my stuff. Okay. And at the quilt retreat, I also started a project from this book for my son and daughter-in-law. I just did this 4 squares, and I don't have them quite all together. Right now I'm still doing the sashing. So got these 2 squares and these 2 that I worked on. So I have to finish that. I had hoped to get that done before I went down to visit them in Pennsylvania in August, but that didn't quite happen. So if I get it done, I'll send it to him for Christmas. So that was my very first quilt retreat, and I'm coming up on another quilt retreat the end of this month, the end of September. It's going to be in Cardston, which is about 45 minutes away. And I think I'm going to work on autumn leaves. I didn't get the pattern out, but it's I've been saving fabrics for that for years. And I think I might just start that, maybe finish this. And well, that's a couple things about my quilting. And then the end of June, I had entered my Scrabble quilt in a quilt show not a couple hours away from here. And I didn't win anything there, and that's fine. I didn't think that I would. But I did win a door prize. And I got this, the tote size fold away Omnigrid gear. It's got a pressing mat and a small cutter. And so that's what I won. So my friend says, "Oh, you're so lucky. You always win things." So I was pretty happy to get that because I can use that at my retreat as well. Let's see. So for 4 weeks, we went on vacation. I went down to the States to see my children. I got to see 6 out of 7 of my children and spend some time in their homes. And it was very enjoyable and very nice. We had good weather for the most part. It was fun seeing everyone. I went to Missouri Star Quilt Company. That's where I went. I actually went to the Colorado Cross Stitcher, but we got there on a Monday, and they are closed on Monday. I was disappointed, but my husband was excited because I wasn't going to be spending a lot of money. So I just spent that money at Missouri Star Quilt Company. And this is just a little postcard. This is one of the murals that they have painted on the buildings. I took lots of pictures. I went with my husband, and I showed him where the men's lounge area is, and told him, okay, this is where you can go to wait for me. And I gave myself 3 hours And I took that 3 hours. It was really nice seeing everything. I'll show you what I got. This is called Snow Days by Bonnie Sullivan of Maywood Studio. And there's 2 panels. And I bought an extra panel, not realizing that there were 2 panels in the kit that I bought. This is flannel. And then this is the 18 fat quarters and 2 panels at the bottom. So I'm not quite sure what pattern I want to use to do this, but I was really excited about getting that. Next time I go, I want to go with, a friend so we can just sit there and ooh and ah over fabric all day. I didn't get to see Jenny or any of her girls, but nonetheless, it was a great trip and I enjoyed that. Let's see. On my trip also, we went to the Corn Palace in Mitchell, South Dakota. It was very cool looking. We went to Mount Rushmore. I hadn't been there since I was a child, and that was wonderful. I just loved going to Mount Rushmore. And let's see. So we were gone for 4 weeks, and we came home, and 2 days later, we came down with COVID. So we brought that back from the States. So we were down for about a week. My husband was off work for about 2 weeks. It really kind of hit him hard. And but we're both doing better, and he's back at work. So yeah, what a trip. So it put us out of commission and out of doing things for like 6 weeks, right? Because 4 weeks we were gone, and then 2 weeks we were not really functioning well. So I think it helped me lose weight. Since I started back in March, I have lost 17 pounds. So I'm still working on losing some more, but I'm pretty happy with the 17 that I've lost so far. Let's see. While we were on our trip, I got a lot of cross stitching done. So I want to show you a few things. I've got things so many places here. I finished the next Santa ornament for my friend Shirley. This is the second one, I think. I have 3 more to do. Anyway, so I finished that. That's one finish I had. Let's see. Here we go. So I had these 2 little Christmas ornament kits, plastic canvas. The one I pretty much worked on when we went on our trip to Kelowna, and the Santa one I worked on. And I got both of those done. Here they are, ready for my Christmas tree. So I finished those on my trip. I also finished Seasoned with Love, which was a kit that a friend of mine found at a thrift shop and asked me to stitch it for her. So Seasoned with Love. I've got this finished. It was pretty nice. We drove maybe 6 or 7 hours a day, and I got to just stitch all day. I can do that in the car, so it was great. Another thing that I finished, not until we got home, but this is from a Creative Circle kit. It's called Pet Stockings. So this is like a gingham, and I don't want to do 2 of them. I've got 2 cats and 1 dog, and so the pattern here shows that you can make a cat stocking or a dog stocking. And so I did 1 cat stocking. I'll do 1 dog stocking for our dog Chevy, but I just put Piff and Ono's name on there because I'm not going to make another one. So it just needs sewn together. So I worked on that while we were gone. I also had a new start. This is a kit, cross-stitch kit that I got off a marketplace on Facebook for $5. I ordered it from here, and my friend picked it up for me. And her name is Brenda, and we stayed with her when we were in Pennsylvania visiting with family. And so this is Sunshine and Shadow by the Prairie Schooler. So this is a new start. I worked on this in the car as well. I still have to go around the edges and zigzag my fabric so it won't keep shredding on me. So that was a new start on my trip. I kind of thought I had enough things to work on, but I was sort of running out, but I did have a variety, so that's good. And then I also started the Prairie Schooler Songs of the Season. It's from book number 81. And I started on Jolly Old St. Nicholas. And this is my start. This is on 18 count Pearl Gray Ada. I'm doing all 6 of my ornaments on this fabric. So that was my start coming home. The Prairie Schooler one, this one is on a kit. So it's on 14 count Ada, and it uses 3 strands of floss, which gives nice coverage for that. And it's like an oatmeal Ada cloth. So those are my new starts. Let's see. All right, so I had a couple other things that I worked on. We got back the middle of August, and I just wanted to tell you that I've gone to the dollar store. I've made a lot of project bags for my projects, but then I started just picking up these envelopes at the dollar store. This is just nylon mesh, and you just put your pattern in there and your fabric and just zip it up, and there you are. So that's a nice quick hack. If you don't have any project bags and you don't want to use a plastic baggie, just go to the dollar store. Let's see. Oh, I have another finish. For our local hospital auxiliary, we have a hat and mitten tree at Christmas time, and so we have lots of yarn. I had these nifty knitters before, and I sold mine, and then I went to a yard sale, and my friend at the yard sale said, "Oh, Sherry, you need to buy these." So I bought them again, and tomorrow I'm teaching my friend Cynthia, who I did the Seasoned with Love cross stitch for. I'm teaching her how to make hats on these looms so that we can have those ready for our tree at the holiday. And they're not hard to make, so we'll get that done. What else did I do? Okay, other things I have are my whips. I've been working on my temperature butterflies. This is on 18 count antique white, and this is by the Stitchin Mommy. Each month is represented by a butterfly, and you cross stitch the high temperature for that day. And so I've been working on that. August is going to be pretty much orange, and like a dark orange, because it was really hot here in August. So that's one whip that I've worked on since I've been home. I've also been working on the Last Supper, which was a Stony Creek pattern. I started this, I think, back in May. No, I think I started it at Easter. So this is on linen that I had tea dyed myself. So this is how far I am on this stitch. I work on this stitch a lot on Sundays, and I enjoy this. I enjoy this very much. All right, and another whip that I've been working on. I was going to do autumn, August, but that I was kind of sick. And then I was going to do September, sampler September, but I do have that one that I started for the sampler. But I just got out some of my other fall kits. And so I've been working on this one. This one is called Autumn Leaves. And it is by Cherry Hill Stitchery. You can buy this online and download the PDF. I don't have too much more to finish on this one, so I'm going to keep working on this one. And it's called, like I said, Autumn Leaves is what it's called. And then in June, I talked about July 1st, I was going to be doing a stitch along with Rainy Day Reads. She's got a Flosstube and a book YouTube channel. And so we were working on July 4th. This is a Shannon Christine design. And it's also a download. I downloaded the American one, but they also have a Canadian one, which I'll probably download later. And this is how much I have done of it. I got a lot of it done before we ever went on vacation. So this is like on Permin, like 22 count, I think, Permin. And I'm doing it with one floss over one. And I've quite enjoyed that, but I'll probably just put that one away for a while. So those were the whips. No? Yes, those were the whips that I've worked on. I'm going to tell you now a little bit about my upcoming projects that I'm going to start working on. I had started this last year. This is just called Hello Pumpkin. And this was a free chart by BriannaKDesigns.com. So I'll put that in my notes. And I think I'll finish filling that in. I just calls for DMC 975, 976, and then the brown gray for the top. There was 3787. And you can print it either, it's a free pattern. You can print it in color if you like, or you can print off the chart with the symbols. So I'm going to finish that one up because my autumn August is running into September, and September will run into October, and I want to get some of these done. Another thing that I'm going to continue working on that I started last year is Autumn Rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches. And this is on a piece of linen that I dyed. I'm going to get back into that, and here I'll show you the pattern. This was also a download. So I think that's so cute. Go apple picking, give thanks, visit the pumpkin patch, rake leaves, go on a hayride, make pumpkin pie. Fall is my favorite. So I want to get some of these done so that I can finish them and hang them up. And the other one that I'm going to work on through fall is this one, which is called Autumn Towne. And this is by Autumn Lane Stitchery. And this is on the 25 count Lugana Sage. I love this fabric. I really like working on Lugana because it's nice and even weave. So I've done the bottom two. There's a bottom left, bottom right, and then top left, top right. And I'm working into the top sections now. So I want to keep working on that and get that done. And this is what it looks like when it's finished. So those are my autumn whips. And my upcoming that I'm going to start as well is my heart to hand, my little angel with her different aprons for each month. I must say, I got stuck on April with the bunnies. So I haven't made May, June, July, or August, or even September. But I'm going to just start with October. I do have her hanging up on the wall, but now I just need to get the October one done. So I'll work on that. And another thing that I want to start is by Plum Street Samplers. I bought this earlier this year when I saw Tiny House Stitcher. She had just finished hers and it was beautiful. So this is Olga's Autumn Stocking. So I have all the flosses that I need. It calls for weeks and Gentle Arts threads. So I will be starting that. I have to figure out which fabric I want to use for that. But that's going to be an upcoming start for fall. All right, let's see. Well, I've got a ton of haul. So I'm going to show you. Some was new haul. It's funny because I even bought items, like I would go on Marketplace on Facebook and look to see what kind of cross stitch patterns were on sale in the varying states that we were driving through. And let's see, this. I got this in Texas. This is the Plain and Fancy collection. This is called Spring Patches. And originally when it came out, it was this fabric, there's different kinds of linens, was already sewn together. And then you would just do the stitching on that section. But I can't find those anywhere anymore. So I'm just going to have to use different, my own different fabrics and put them together when I eventually start that. But yeah, I picked that up in Texas, San Antonio, Texas. Let's see. Other haul, I had ordered this. This is also a download. This is by Joyful Expressions. And like I just finished the one that was called His Name is Jesus. And then this one is called For Unto Us. And it's just the scripture from Isaiah that says, For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Mighty Counselor, God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. So I thought that would be really cute to make up for Christmas. Chevy. My dog is trying to eat things. So that was new haul. Another new thing I got, and I cannot find the wood. So I bought this from Jardin Privé. It's called For Christmas Weave 2, and it's a download. That's a French site, and it's an advent calendar that has these wooden ornaments that get sewn on there. So I ordered these ornaments from France, and I downloaded this pattern. So it calls to be done on, well, what they did it on was 32 count khaki Belfast. And I think I have some of that I'd gotten for a previous kit. So I'm going to start that sometime soon. Not this month, but this is just new haul that I got. And right now I can't find the buttons. So I'll have to look for those. So that was new haul. This one. I'm going to do this one. It calls for DMC or Anchor Floss. And so I went to my local needle workshop here in Lethbridge, and I got a piece of 28 count Lugana Opalescent White. It's sparkly. So I'm going to do that Christmas one on this sparkly fabric. I've never done anything on an opalescent fabric, but I'm kind of excited about that. So maybe in November when I start my Christmas things again, I'll start that one. Let's see, other haul that I got. Some is new, some is, I got this. This is the Drawn Thread Little Bits of Christmas. And I got that off of a cross-stitch site here in Canada. And I like it because it's got like 9 different little, you can make little individual kits or ornaments, or you can put them together in any form. And this one on the back says peace, love, and joy. So I got that. That'll probably be something that I start for Christmas. When I start Christmas. It's like earlier this year I got the Prairie Schooler Santas for the years that my children were born. I have 7 children, and 2 of them were born before they even started making their Santas. So I picked 2 other ones to make for them, and I was going to try to do one of those every month, and that didn't happen. So maybe this will happen. We'll see. Another thing I got, I love this. This is a Dimensions kit. Emma's Friends Stocking. Like, this is an older kit. 2006. Isn't that beautiful? That snowman stocking with the birds eating from his hat. And I got it for $5 at Value Village, a thrift shop here. And it's the whole kit. So I also have another stocking that I want to start, and that's the one that has the red truck on it, and it's a winter scene. Anyway. So, but that one's going to be coming up sometime soon. When I went to Missouri Star, I bought Jenny's book, Creating a Quilted Home. And I think right in the beginning, she's got a recipe. Well, anyway, but there's a lot of table runners in here. It's a beautiful book. And let's see. Yeah, just all kinds. I don't want to show the patterns and stuff. But I got that at Missouri Star. The other things I got at Missouri Star are these fabrics. I got red, black, and this tan. So I think I'm going to make some kind of table runners with that. Love that fabric. And I had ordered things, and I would send them to my son's house in Pennsylvania because I knew when I'd go there I could pick it up. So on our trip, I picked up a garbage can, a Sensor Motion garbage can sold at Costco, which my son picked up for me in Utah. And he's had it for me for 3 years. Because of COVID, we didn't get to go. And so I picked up my garbage can. I had a Pampered Chef thing I picked up from my daughter. I had a sewing machine that I picked up at my son's. Oh, and when I went to Kelowna the end of June, I picked up a featherweight, a Singer featherweight. And I've named her Libby. That was my mom's name. And she had a Singer featherweight. And so I also got, I don't know what model that one is. So now I have 2 new sewing machines. Well, new to me. They aren't new. And, you know, I'd show you my Scrabble quilt, right? And I bought like 6 panels of these letters so that I would have enough to make all 63 names that we needed to put on in my quilt. And so then I every now and then I would look, and I saw this was on a website that I check, Fabricville, I think. And so I ordered it. And then I saw it again, and I ordered it because I thought, wait, I thought I had ordered that, but it never came. It's because it went to my son's house in Pennsylvania. So now I've got two Scrabble panels. So anyway, I can do a second version of the quilt with the extra names and new members of the family. So at some point, I'll do that. At Hobby Lobby, oh, I went crazy in Hobby Lobby too. Crazy in Hobby Lobby. I found this fabric. It's just like a nice blender fabric. So I got that from their remnants. I'm excited about this. I got this at Hobby Lobby, 50% off. It was very exciting. So I can put my my minis, my little pillows and things like that and decorate this up for my kitchen. All right. Let's see. I went to oh, can I write it down? I went to a quilt shop in North Carolina that my son took me to, Carrie Quilting in Carrie, and theirs is a beautiful store, and they are in this year's Better Homes and Gardens like quilting stores, and there's an article in there about them, and I went there, and it was nice, and it was great. But I got this pattern there at the quilt shop, and it's got cats, because we have cats, and it calls for like five fat quarters and a background. It doesn't call for very much fabric. It finishes at 42 by 56. So, and I thought, well, what do I want to make with that? And I thought of my fabrics, but these are all flannel. I bought these at a quilt store here in Milk River, Alberta. So this one has cats and buttons. And then there's a green and a red and a blue. And those are Marcus Fabrics. There's Woolies by Bonnie Sullivan for Maywood Studios. I have a couple of her different fabrics. So at some point, I'm probably going to make my cat quilt with my fabrics. Let's see. What else? What else do I have here? I think I was going to show this a couple months ago because somebody had said about the hack, like if you have, the Q-snaps and you need these grime guards to protect your fabric, they said just get a steering wheel cover at the dollar store. So I went, and that's what this is. This is a steering wheel cover. So you can use those as a grime guard. And then the other day I went to the dollar store. Shirley and I went in town and I bought another one. So another inexpensive hack for you there. Let's see, what else? Oh, my one friend in Pennsylvania, she goes to yard sales and she buys stuff for me. So when I went down there, she gave me like a bunch of embroidery hoops. And look at this. Like she got me sticky board. I got 5x7, 8x10, 9x12. She bought all these and I'm like, yes, ma'am, you can find those all you want for me. So she gave me those, and she gave me some perforated paper. This one, there's 6 things. There's white, ecru, brown, red, gold, and silver perforated paper. Big perforated paper. And also at a thrift shop, I found perforated plastic. I have a bunch of this. I gave some to Shirley, but so I have more of that. And what I'm going to make with those is this little nutcracker ornament. Oh, the light just turned off. This nutcracker ornament calls for plastic canvas. And so I'm going to make those. in various, oh, my friend Diane, who also gave me all the perforated things, had found like all these little cross stitch things. This is just a little, like a little bag, like a sachet bag. And this little bunny. A few ornaments that were already made. I just kind of glued them together. So I have some of those. Look at this one. This one's cute. It's got cats playing with like ornaments. This one. So I'll just finish these up. This one says, "'Tis the season to be merry," and it's a little bear doing cartwheels. A bird. So that'll give me things to finish for my tree. I also got a hanger, like a quilt hanger or a cross stitch hanger. Just a little star. At the local thrift shop, I got some basting pins for doing my quilts. They're safety pins, but they're bent so that you can shut them easier. So I got some of those. Oh, I bought myself a little pad for my travel iron because I forget that it can't stay like this, like my Oliso iron, and then I put lovely little marks in my ironing tray. So I got one of those. Off and on through different craft stores, I've gotten some 18 count Ada, some 25 count Lugana. That's a pretty color. It's kind of like a gray or a light blue. So I've got different counts and different amounts. I got a little stitchy bookmark the other day. Bunch more. I got 22 count Hardanger fabric. I got this lovely piece of, I think it's 22 count. I love this color. So I can probably do some fall things on there eventually. But lots of fabric. So I'm going to start experimenting and doing some more colors. I bought yellow to try to do some dyeing of yellow fabric. Oh, I bought this, The ABCs of Aging Artfully. This is by Lizzie Kate. And I saw that and it says, amaze yourself, bloom late, change your mind, dance, eat chocolate, flirt, gather friends, hold hands, ignore convention, jiggle jello, kiss like crazy, laugh at yourself, mend fences, no whining, order out, procrastinate, quote yourself, read, spoil babies, thrive, unleash joy, volunteer, write a letter, expect the best, yield gracefully, and zest. So, I can't wait to start that one too. Let's see. I got a book on 100 embroidery stitches. Like, that'll be great. I got that. I got another little quilt pattern. And last week, no, 2 weeks ago, I think, when Shirley and I went to the thrift shop, I hit pay dirt because I found 2 cross-stitch Christmas books with all kind of ornaments and different projects in there. And they were 50 cents each. And I found this Christmas Stitchin cross stitch for ornaments. I'm like, yes, ma'am, I'll take that. 50 cents. And then I just picked up 2, they're older books, but also cross stitch books. And they were 75 cents a piece. So I've had a great summer. And I've had all this stuff piled here on my dining room table. And so I'm like, I need to do a video so I can put everything away and decorate my table for fall. Let's see. What else did I miss? I think I hit everything of things that I bought. Oh, my upcoming thing too is there's a stitch along that I'm doing from Stitchonomy. I think you had to sign up earlier. It's a Halloween stitch along. And so I'll be doing that sometime soon. Let's see. Okay, so I've pretty much gone through everything. Now it's time for the freebie. This one I think came out last year, but I found it on Pinterest the other day. It's called Happy Fall, Y'all. You can download it in color, or you can download it as symbols. It calls for DMC flosses. It is designed by Lee Fisher from Stitchy Fish Designs. So I'll link that. But I thought that was a cute, another little fall thing for people who might want to work on that. So I've done a couple puzzles lately. Shirley has come over and worked on them with me. Today we just did a 300-piece one really quickly. And so we've been doing a lot together, and she's been doing a lot of canning, and I've been making peach ice cream, and I share ice cream with her, and she shares her baking with me, and it's been great. So I'm going to make another video in 3 weeks. That will be the beginning of September. I might make a video at some point too of all the things that I have halfway done or things that I need to finish. Just to show you what's going on. I saw a thing on Facebook today that said something about an average person has 18 craft projects on the go at any one time that will take 27 years to complete, which is pretty true. So I've got a lot of stitching to do. I've got my fall projects to keep me going, and I plan to stay busy. I plan to stay healthy, and I hope you all have a great fall. And I thank you for stopping by. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and you'll get notified when I do make videos. And I'm really glad that you came by to see me. And happy stitching, everybody.